be a swing. So a single, then a walk. Canada gets that base runner back, but at the cost of Nathaniel Cote. Justin Paquette is 2 for 6. A couple of runs scored, an RBI in the tournament. Digs in from the left side. See how aggressive they are with Dauphiné at first. First pitch to Paquette, outside corner strike.
I think after seeing that gun from behind the plate, Canada might be a little bit more cautious about how they're going to use this run game.
Swing and a miss. That's a fastball with some life. Oh, 2. That looked like it might have been a setup pitch, Tony.
You think it was like a little bit of a pitch out?
Not necessarily a pitch out. I wonder if he's going up and away to come down and in, change the eye level.
Oh, you're thinking about eye level. Let's see if it plays out.
1-2. He was going breaking ball. He was trying for the back foot. Instead, he got the right rib.
Now batting the first baseman.
This is the second game that Monzant has pitched in. He featured in the opener for Venezuela. Through 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 was earned with no walks and 3 strikeouts. Well, he's already walked 1. He's already allowed a hit. And he just gave up a hit by pitch. So Alex Gaudreau hit with runners on first and second. It's in the dirt. Fonseca smothers that. You know, Tony, looking at this Canada team, Gordon and I were talking about it after their first game. I mean, they looked not good. And I think that's a very delicate, gentle way of putting it. They were down 8-0 early. Found a way to claw their way back against a Czechia team that ended up getting bounced from the tournament. But they came into game 2, and Gordon and I were thinking, how are they going to be able to compete with Curacao? Well, it turns out they have some better pitching waiting in the wings. They used Thomas Bilodeau, who went 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs. Only 1 was earned, walked 4, but really didn't pay for it, struck out 7. So they can beat you in a number of ways, and so can this Venezuelan team, led by Alejandro Marquez.
Sometimes, you know, too, you just need a wake-up call of really what is this competition bringing you, and especially coming from all over the world, you have different competition all over the place. So maybe they just needed to see what type of competition they are getting themselves into to up their game.
You know, it's daunting to face a team like Venezuela, but Canada doing a really nice job of working Monzant's pitch count. Touch inside. On the ground left side, it's through for a base hit. Pena fields it quickly. They're going to wave the runner. He's going to be safe. Dauphiné crosses home plate. Canada strikes first.
And look here, I love the swing, gets the foot down, really able to drive that ball into the 6-hole. Wave that guy all day. Look, throws a little bit offline, but might need that throw a little bit later on in the game. But what a way for Canada to start this game.
Hit the ball hard, make Venezuela's defense work, and they're making Lionel Monzant work. He's thrown 23 pitches and has only recorded 1 out. Strike 1 to LeBon.
You know, maybe Canada had a talk with themselves. If they're tired of being down every game, let's try to draw first blood if we can.
The question for Canada is, can their pitching hold up? The issue in game 1 was certainly not in game 2. And Venezuela only threw Lionel Monzant for 3 innings back on August 1st. You have to think that his availability may have been aided by the weather conditions, because it is days of rest, not games.
Plays a big factor.
Right now, he's in a bit of trouble. 2 balls and a strike, 2 on, 1 out. Canada's already scored a run, and Fonseca is going to head out to the mound and have a word with his starting pitcher. What do you think this conversation's like, Tony?
Yeah, I think right now, I mean, especially when you're at 20-plus pitches in the first inning, you really have to understand that, hey, this game's going to get a little bit long, but hey, you're going to have to give yourself a chance and let your defense work and really be able to establish the strike zone and get ahead of some of these hitters. So far, he's been, you know, Monzant's been behind in a lot of these hitters.
He's behind again to Brian LeBon, who hacks at a pitch, bounces into the pitcher's mound, has to work quick. Throw to first is just in time to retire the Canadian number 5 hitter. 2 away, but a productive out moves both runners up 90 feet.
Now batting the second baseman, number 23, Rafael Jacques.
Rafael Jacques, power hitting lefty, takes strike 1. Jacques is 1 for 4 with a pair of RBIs in the tournament. And I can't tell if he's using a wood bat or if that bat is just very, very used.
Looks like it's got some camo on it.
It makes contact. That'll be a surefire way of finding that out. 1-1. Well, it's metal.
He's thinking to himself, maybe I'll let the other team have an advantage of maybe me using a wood bat when I go up there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that design is. Looks like it's camouflage almost. Monzant will try to camouflage this 1-2 pitch and get it by Jacques. In a shaky scenario, here's the 1-2. High and away. Well, he tried to drop the breaking ball earlier to Paquette with a 2-strike count. I wonder if he's afraid to go back to that. Already north of 30 pitches.
Yeah, this is one where you're just trying to get in there, and I know you don't want him to make too hard a contact, but you also need to throw something that's over the plate.
The longer you keep Monzant in the game, the less likely he will be available in potentially an elimination game, championship game. So you have to be very aware of this pitch count. Already at 32. The 2-2. On the ground right side, it's off the glove of Velasquez into right field. Paquette scores, Gaudreau scores, Jacques makes it a 3-0 game.
And what a swing by Jacques right here. And I think for Velasquez, it just took a tough hop and just ate him up just a little bit, but it's still gonna go down as a single.
So a 2 RBI single. And they're going to use a special pinch runner for Jacques. Shows you how aggressive Canada wants to be here. They'll turn to number 15, Jacob Henry. Already 3 runs off 3 hits this inning. Not the start that Venezuela anticipated, but Canada looking like a completely different team than they did at the beginning of the tournament.
I know it's a long game, but it's got to feel good to at least get out to a little 3-0 head start.
Arsenault is 0 for 4 with an RBI in the tournament, searching for his first hit. His team already has a 3 spot and has forced Monzant to throw 35 pitches. Here's number 36. Outside. I'm not rooting for either team, but the Venezuela crowd is very into this game. It would be interesting to see what it would look like, Delaware versus Venezuela, and those 2 crowds. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back.
Yeah, I don't think too much has changed between the 2 fan bases, especially all the parents being out here. And you see the signs coming from Venezuela and what they represent, and especially in the World Baseball Classic and what they did. And Omar Lopez, what a showing by Venezuela.
1-2. Another foul ball. Monzant nearing 40 pitches in this top of the first against Canada. Desperately looking to turn it over to his very potent offense is Venezuela's starter. The 1-2 again with Henry on first. Outside corner, not granted. Mark Harvey said you can put it out there, but I'm not going to call it. Two. Breaking ball is just a bit high.
40 pitches in the first inning. That's a doozy. That's a doozy.
So Henry will be off with the pitch. Anything down the line is going to be trouble for Venezuela with the runner in motion. The payoff to Arsenault is high and outside. An emphatic bat flip. And now that decision to use a special pinch runner seems like the right one. Because Jacques, with his power-hitting frame, probably isn't going home on a single that's hit hard. Henry, on the other hand, might be a different story. So out comes the skipper for Venezuela, Alejandro Marquez, and with that clap, they're going to bring in a new pitcher. Mendez, his favorite athlete is Usain Bolt. He's going to try to get out of this inning quicker than Usain Bolt can run a sprint in the Olympics. Already 3 runs for Canada in the top of the first inning. They have runners first and second. 41 pitches for Lionel Monzont. Couldn't get out of the first inning. So this is a high pressure situation for Venezuela. You trust the offense to be able to come back in this game, but Canada has thrown the first punch in what I expect to be a great matchup between these two international teams. Jeremy Gauthier awaits the first pitch. He squares around a bunt, pulls back. Ball 1. Still a big gap on the right side. Pereira's going to play behind the runner at first. There's a strike. One from Hernandez. Another foul ball. Canada fights off anything close. Henry on second, Arsenault on first. 1-2. Check swing. He didn't go. Ball in the dirt. And they've got the runner to run down. We'll see if Canada's going to try to bring the runner home. They didn't see it. A base running miscue by Yorick Arsenault, and Canada will run themselves out of the inning in the top of the first.
Yeah, not a good look for Canada right there. Not something that you want to do, especially when the pitchers are on the ropes.
So the inning ends with some patience by Fonseca, but Canada scores through. Right now, nobody's enjoying this region more than Canada. They've already won 2 games, and they're up 3-0 against Venezuela.
Center fielder number 19, Camilo Gutierrez.
But the interesting story to follow is the man on the mound, Justin Heward. This is his second start of the tournament. His ERA is undefined. Didn't make it out of the first, didn't record an out, but allowed 6 runs on a couple walks and 3 hits. He'll need to be more around the strike zone than he was against Czechia. His first pitch is high for ball 1.
You know, hopefully he can come into today with a short-term memory and forget about everything that's happened in the past and focus on today.
There's your lineup for Venezuela. 2 lefties stacked at the top of the order, then righties the rest of the way. So you can see the game plan from the Venezuela staff. We want to put pressure on that starting pitcher as early as possible. Ball and 2 strikes. This Venezuela team did great work in their region. Went 5-1 in Guayaquil, Ecuador. Breaking ball outside. Evens the count. Won 2 games already in the tournament. They won 6-3 in a comeback win against Australia where they trailed 3-1. They were late to arrive at that party, and then won 3-0 versus the Philippines. So the count runs full. Walks have been an issue for Canada. They issued 10 of them to Czechia. Fix that problem against Curacao as ball 4 goes high to Gutierrez. Against Curacao, Canada walked 6, so certainly not a great number, but a large improvement in comparison to some of their other games on the way to the tournament and in game 1. Ronald Castro hit behind Gutierrez. We'll see if they put him in motion early. First pitch. Breaking ball, he squared around to Bud, and the Venezuelan faithful didn't like the call.
Yeah, I'd also be surprised with how high Heward's leg kick is if this Venezuela team wasn't going to take advantage of it.
Slow motion to the plate, pitch is low, throw to second is short, and Gutierrez slides in safely. So Tony, how much goes into the decision to steal a base, not just as a base stealer, but also as a pitcher?
Yeah, I think that there's a couple things into it. Once you're going into the game scouting report, you know how fast the pitcher is going to be to the plate, how good is the catcher's arm. There's a lot of things that go into it.
Swinging bunt. Heward's throw is low, and a nice play by Gaudreau to handle that laser at his ankles. But a productive out.
To the plate, the catcher, number 17, Willinger Fonseca.
But also when you're still in a base, you want to make sure in certain situations that you're going to be 100% safe, and is this the right way to go about it? But also you want to make sure that the manager is going to be on the same side as you when stealing that base. So going into games, we just make sure how fast is this pitcher to the plate, how good is the catcher's throw out rate, and what other things do we need to factor in into my lead, and how good does my jump need to be?
Fonseca is 1 for 5 in the tournament with an RBI. Canada's infield comes in. Fonseca serves that to the practice field to our right. Canada bring their infield in, shows you how much they want to protect this 3-run lead. Every run matters with how they've had some pitching struggles to start the tournament. Breaking ball, throw behind the runner at third. Gutierrez gets back in before the throw. Do you like this decision to bring the infield in?
I think right now, if you're trying to minimize damage, it could be beneficial.
2-1. In the air down the right field line. Long run for Gautier. He makes it in fair territory, but that'll bring home the first run for Venezuela. Good situational hitting by Fonseca. It's 3-1.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting too, getting the ball all the way to the outfield, but especially for the right fielder to track all the way over there and make that catch is also big too. Canada's still up 3-1.
So now Paul Gallardo. Have the bases empty. A much better outing so far. I know it's only 2 outs worth of sample size for Justin Heward, but he didn't record an out in his last start. Throwing strikes.
Hey, like I said, short-term memory, and I think that the coaches over there understand that, you know, this is one of our guys and we need him to be good, and for him to go back out there and have just a bad outing and then follow it up with coming out here and just trying to throw strikes, it just shows you he's doing better.
2-0 pitch. Now 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk. So back-to-back starts with multiple walks in the first inning for Heward.
Now batting the first baseman, number 15, Miguel Pereira.
That'll move the line to Miguel Pereira. How aggressive is Venezuela going to be with the runner on first? Find out here with first pitch strike. One thing you expect about Venezuelan players, a high baseball IQ. They've watched high-level baseball.